What's up, geeks and gamers? My name is Draymond, and welcome to Thorium Gaming. So we're back with another episode of Freezer to Fallout, our adventures through the post-apocalyptic Boston wasteland, and we've been building up. And it's finally time to pick a fight with the Brotherhood of Steel that you can see in the background, the Pridwin. So, during the downtime, I made a few modifications not only to our equipment, but to the castle itself to get us set up here. I figured out everything that we need to do, and it's basically go pick a fight and have a lot of fun doing it. But we're going to do two relatively important things to start off with, because we still got some stuff here to do, and one of them's going to harken back all the way to the first episode of Freezer to Fallout. The only thing that we didn't get on camera for the most part was Kate got to the maximum level of affinity with us, and is now our best friend. Because, of course, Piper is our girl. So, Kate's on board, and she's awesome. I gave her the Le Fusil Terrible. That's probably the worst pronunciation of those words ever. But I gave her our shotgun and a bunch of shells. Because we're going to be fighting a lot of Brotherhood coming up, and while they're resistant to energy weapons, I got a plan. So, for our weapons right now, if we go through, I mocked up a laser rifle. Fully upgraded, ready to go. We're not going to be hanging on to it, but that's going to be coming up to other things, but we have a lot of ammo for it. We still have our explosive assault rifle. We've got our plasma rifle. Our flare gun is now set to one of our quick favorites, because we're going to need Minutemen help. A lot of it. And we do have the last minute. Of course, our awesome Gauss rifle. And I picked up a bunch of extra ammo. But there's a couple of things that we got to do right off the bat, and some of them are going to be a little bit tricky, and it's going to involve some carrying weight and some other things, but there's two specific weapons I want to pick up before we go fight the Brotherhood, and we're going to be picking it off pretty quickly. First thing I'm going to do, though, since I actually forgot about it before we got into all this, is I'm going to be dropping off a lot of stuff in the castle. We're going to be picking up a fair amount of pretty heavy equipment coming up. So any way that we can do it to reduce our weight load is definitely a good thing. So by dropping off a few of the things that we don't use on a regular basis, it's going to help us out. We're going to need a lot of extra room, shall we say, to get this done properly. We're going to need those stim packs and the rest of the food that we've got running around. But, yeah, I forgot to put the mods back in too, so you can kind of see where that's going. Now, you're going to notice something in here that's a little bit different. Cryo cells. We're going to go pick up the weapon that uses them, because having the ability to slow down people in power armor is going to be a big thing. So the first thing we're going to do, go to our map, and we're going all the way up to Sanctuary. Now, it's worth adding too, even though I usually cut the load times out, there was a quest that popped up in Diamond City while I was doing all of this. It's about Mayor McDonough, and that poor little guy that got roped in, tricked into letting us into Diamond City the very first time. So what are we doing? Well, if you remember, at the very start of the entire game, when we were running from our nice, clean home that is still partially a wreck, we ran down this street, cut down the little path to the side here, and we ran up to the vault. We're going back in there to pick up something very, very fun. Remember coming through here, big fence with the guys in power armor behind it, and a lot of really, really, really bad situations. So going back to the vault is something that you should really do, especially if you're a heavy weapons user. And I don't think these things have had a chance to respawn. But we'll push the elevator button, and then we'll walk out, get in the center of the circle, start heading on in. Shouldn't really be anything in here that we have to worry about, but could be. So, you never know, rad roaches might have appeared. But we got a laser rifle, so we're definitely coming back in a better place than we left. And there's also a nice little hidden bit of, I don't know if you would call it fluff or lore or whatever you want to call it, but there's a nice little thing that we can do in here that kind of plays into everything. So if you remember, this is where we had to fight all of those long rad roaches after we had just picked up our first 10 millimeter pistol off the desk here. Well, here's the thing.
I'm here if you want help, Jimmy, in that open.
We now can open the cryolator case, since we have the master lockpicking skill. Bingo.
Excellent.
Cryolator, and we are going to be upgrading that before we go have a shootout with the Brotherhood, because it's going to come in handy. You just got to remember these Tesla coils, the reactor, they're kind of shooting things up a little bit. But if we go all the way back through the vault, it's just a little side detour, but I kind of wanted to point it out. Of course, if you missed anything through here the first time, including some of the Hollow games, or the Pip-Boy games, it's a good time to come back and grab them, since you're here anyway. This was not our storage facility, but this one was. We ran in here. And if we open up the cryopod,
This must be difficult for you. I'm here if you need to talk.
every companion that you bring here
Heads up.
What you need?
will say something unique.
I hope nothing's wrong.
What are your thoughts on our relationship?
There's no way I could ask for a better partner or a better friend.
Didn't have anything else.
It was just the little introduction, how Kate said that she's there if we need to talk, but every single companion says something different when you come down here. This door, of course, was locked the first time we came through, but since we're just leaving the vault again, because we have our cryolator, there's some more 10mm rounds that we must have missed way back at the very, very first episode. Although I think I did the vault without you guys, so there is that. And then we have to go to University Point, because there's another weapon there we have to pick up. And then we'll have to do a little bit of weapon modification, but it's probably a good thing that we do, so I can show you generally how I set things up. Now, I've ironically named our laser rifle here the 232 Courtesy. In other words, it's a cool laser rifle. But we're going to immediately jump back into another loading screen because we have to get down to University Point. And there's something in there that we need. Alright, so now that we're at University Point, we remember the last time we came through here there was a bunch of synths. And we got some more in here right now. So I upgraded our Courtesy with a sniper barrel and a focuser. Its accuracy is not so great from the hip, and these guys are actually resistant to energy attacks. That's why you're seeing very little damage go through, but it's something we have a ton of ammo for because Kate never really used ammo. Now if we really wanted to, we could pick up the synth armor from these guys, because most of what the Brotherhood's going to come at us with is energy weapons. It's not too big of a deal. I'm not overtly worried about it, but we're going to be picking up some extra fusion cells, that sort of stuff. Again, the synth armor is by far the best in-game armor type, I guess you want to say, as far as I know anyway, against energy weapons. But we're not really too worried about that right now. We're going to be facing a lot, and we're going to have the help of all of our Minutemen. So it's not a big deal. So what's in University Point that we need to find? Well, along one of the sides here, of course the rad storm's causing us all end of bother, and there's some razor grain if you need it. It's good for building up soups and stuff. We need to find the bank. Well, that was a weird camera angle. We just need to break in here. Our had no likeness. It's a novice terminal. I'm terrible at doing them. Alright, so we're down to our last one. Our last try, anyway. I usually do it with the keyboard. I don't know why I'm doing it with the mouse today, but there is that. So we know hour and wait aren't. How about Eric? Alright, so we got locked out for a second. Takes 10 seconds to reset, which is all fine and dandy. But we have to get downstairs inside the credit union for a very specific reason. And I'm willing to show my mistakes because if I do mistakes, then you guys can learn from them and not repeat them. Alright, so we're in. Let's unlock the door and go downstairs. Alright, so what's so important about this place? Well, we came through here once before, I think. But down in the basement here, doesn't look too spectacular. But we go over here, there's a wall terminal that can unlock the safe for us. His face was likeness 2. And dies was 0. I got a feeling this is going to come down to me failing on these things a lot, and you guys getting a good laugh out of it. At least I hope you're laughing at it. I'm laughing at it. As you guys can tell, I'm in an incredibly good mood right now. Alright. So this door is going to open.
It might look safe around here, but I'm keeping me gun handy, just in case.
And inside, there's a bunch of safety deposit boxes, amongst other things. So what's so important in here? Well, you're going to notice that a couple of these are locked. We saw one over there that's a master lock. We'll open this advanced one first, just because can't help if I leave anything that's actually worthwhile behind.
They're pretty handy with a bobby pin.
There's a master one up here. Of course, I break the first bobby pin, because that happens. Finding that sweet spot on master locks can be a bit of a pain in the butt. Yeah, there's some more shotgun shells for Kate. But here's the good one. This is a master lock, which obviously is going to take me a while to pick because, let's face it, I'm bad at this. There we go. And it opens up, and what's inside? A button. So we push that button, and look at that. There's a hidden room down here. So what's so important about this place? Well, University Point was used as a weapons test bed before.
Hell yeah.
Unlimited ammo capacity for the UP-77 prototype. And a bunch of fusion cells to help us out. I would suggest you read all the terminals down here because they're actually really entertaining. Talking about how this was like a student-run project that just happened to work out and other things like that. And their escape tunnel got bombed in, so the gun just got left. The limitless potential, though, makes it so we never have to reload. So out of all of our weapons, we've got a laser rifle, we've got our assault rifle, which is our primary weapon generally, plasma rifle, flare gun, Gauss rifle. So when we go to the limitless potential, we may consider making it automatic. Or we could just leave it as a standard rifle, because we have been building towards the rifleman perks and everything as we've been going along. And if we look at our perk chart right now, we don't have any commando points, which is kind of a shame. The rest of our perks are looking out pretty good, though. But we do have access to Heavy Gunner. That's going to come into place very soon, because the Cryolator, I believe, is considered a heavy weapon. So let's just check that out while I'm here. Think it's considered heavy? Anyway, I don't know why I went back to the map. We have to go back to the castle. Alright, so just briefly before we go upgrade these weapons, you'll see there's a concrete wall here now, and that there's a fusion generator. We needed more power, and we're very limited on space in here, so that's what happened. But up top there, we put up 6 additional laser weapons. I'd rather put missile launchers, but we know we're going to be hit on all sides by the Brotherhood of Steel. The castle is our home base, so we're going to have to deal with it. So let's go in and craft real quick. See, the 232 courtesy, we can just go back to all of the little things. It had a full stock when we got it. Alright, so now it's just a regular laser rifle with a good stock. That's the word I'm looking for. If we go into the new one that we picked up, we have access to the X Plus capacitors and everything, but we're just going to go with the normal ones for right now. And basically toss on all of the things that we just took off of our other one. And there we go. So the UP-77 Limitless Potential is now all set up and good to go. And we're just going to scrap this to get some screws and some plastic out of it, because we're not really going to use it. Picked up a shock baton apparently. Now the cryolator. Yeah, it's going to take a lot to get it all set up. A lot of screws. So what are we going to do about that? Well, we don't want to be running around the wasteland looking for more parts, because we've already built up for a long time. All of our people here are pretty well set up, and those that aren't are just brand new. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to take these charging laser sniper rifles. We're going to take a few of the other little weapons that we have a fair number of, regular laser rifles, and we're going to go in and we're going to destroy them, because each one of them gives us a fair amount of screws. Now that should give us everything that we need to put a crystallizing barrel, recoil compensating stock, and glow sights onto our cryolator. So it is now fully upgraded. Before we go anywhere else though, we're going to transfer all of the junk that we picked up and the rest of those mods, because they end up weighing you down a little bit. And we only got 50 pounds of space left in our inventory, but that is pretty okay. Let's just go into our weapons and make sure that they're all set up for us. And where's our cryolator? We should equip our pulse grenades. Frag grenades are good, but pulse grenades are better. And our cryolator. I mean, look at that thing. It's a beast.
You hear about that farm run by ghouls? Isn't that something?
So, how do we kick this all off? Well, we went a little bit overboard when we were building up the artillery. I found that out the hard way. And just north of us, over at the Boston Airport, is where the Brotherhood of Steel is. So we have to go pick a fight with the Brotherhood. So we're going to do that pretty quickly here. And from here, because this is where it leads down to the Mechanist Lair, which is part of our territory now, we have to go to the Boston Airport. Pridwin's over there, and there's a lot of Brotherhood members. So what we're going to do is try to get into a position where we can shoot them without being seen. If we can pick a fight with them, or just lower our reputation with the Brotherhood enough, that should be good. Can't really see any Brotherhood soldiers just yet, but they are out there. Right down there. Now the reason why I'm nervous about all this, that's a Gatling laser. But it's time to kick things off.
Something's ghosting us.
We'll deal with anyone in power armor the best way that we can.
Hold on. You hear that?
And that's a guy with a minigun. There's another scribe down. Ooh. Taking a bunch of hits. This is not going as badly as I feared it would. It's not going as well as I thought it would either, though. I mean, this is the Brotherhood of Steel we're talking about here. I keep trying to reload this weapon, too, and it doesn't need to reload, ever.
Much better. Thanks. Know how to show a girl a good time.
Now, if you're interested in picking up a bunch of Brotherhood fatigues and that sort of stuff, this is a good time to do it. Because you're going to find a lot of Brotherhood soldiers down here. We're going to take that Gatling laser, too. I'm pretty sure that's not all of the Brotherhood members down here. And just as I say that, we get another one shooting at us. Not having to reload is a definite benefit. And there's a Brotherhood Knight Captain in there, who is a skull level enemy to us. Now the real question is how long do we have to keep this up, and will we be able to kill all of them? And secure the airport. That knight is wearing power armor. We'll take that Brotherhood of Steel uniform just because it looks awesome. I like the black ones. There's a couple of fusion cores because he was using a Gatling laser. I'm going to take their holo tags too because, well, we can. That went pretty well, all things considered. I mean, it is fighting the Brotherhood, which is the remnants of the old militaries. And this is their home base. So we'll just have to go through here, see what we can do about certain things. I wonder if there's another fusion cell in one of these. There definitely is. But our whole idea is to try and fight the Brotherhood, and then I think we have to go talk to Preston Garvey. And that'll kick things off for everything else that we got to do. But I just want to make sure this place is clear before we go down there. It's weird being on the other side of the Brotherhood. I gotta admit that. They're usually my go-to faction. I really like how the Brotherhood plays out and everything. So, this is generally speaking not the greatest feeling ever. It's not terrible though. Just different. And the reason we're here right now and not getting completely walloped is, well, Liberty Prime doesn't exist in our playthrough. And Liberty Prime usually stands right about here and then patrols this little area after the Institute is defeated. I just need to remember how we can get up into the higher level of the airport, because that's not the end of it. Should, in theory, be a way to get up to the Pridwin. Those doors are, of course, locked. Can't use that workshop yet, because the Brotherhood's still around, and this is, technically speaking, their home. But there's usually a way up on top here. Unless I just missed it on the way down, because there's a couple of staircases you can take, and, of course, I missed it. But there's no Virtabird here. But we'll be bad and take all of this stuff. It's not like they're going to need it anytime soon. So hopefully that was enough to actually pick a fight with the Pridwin. So let's go and talk to Preston. See if that'll be enough. Let's check our data real quick. There's Preston.
Things didn't work out at that settlement you sent me to.
That's bad news. We've got to try to turn things around if we want the Commonwealth to support us. I'll let you know if I hear of any settlements that need our help. In the meantime, make sure to offer help to anyone that needs it. That can only help our cause.
Alright, so that's that.
Is there something you need?
No, nothing.
Apparently not. So, plan B. We're going to go into this general area. I don't know if we can even kill Dance. But let's find out.
Hey, genius, we're taking rads. Let's move out.
There was a legendary super mutant to greet us here. Just gotta find our way over to the police station here. Pretty sure he's still listed as vital. Have a pulse mine.
The Brotherhood of Steel appreciates your assistance, civilian.
Well, I don't really want to help you, Dance. And we are now enemies with the Brotherhood of Steel.
Victoriam, Brotherhood.
And Dance was indeed what you thought, but we're going to take his uniform and his hood, just because they're unique. Now that we are enemies with the Brotherhood of Steel, where'd Scribe Halen go? Pretty sure we killed her too. There she is. Now when these things were randomly flying at me, I thought I saw one that had military grade duct tape on it. And I just can't leave that behind because, well, anything military grade is awesome. Assuming we can even find which ghoul it was on. But either way, with Dance down, Reese down, we are officially enemies of the Brotherhood of Steel. So now, technically, if we go back up and talk to Preston, we should be able to kick off the next section of this. So let's go and do that.
You know what? Since we talked, I'm feeling swell. Look at the two of us. Here is
Alright, so where is Mr. Garvey?
for the future.
So that would be a whole lot easier. I think we still have a bell set up. If we don't, I'm building one right now because I'm getting a little tired of walking around for everybody. So it should be, I think, in structures and miscellaneous in here. Maybe in furniture miscellaneous. I know it's in one of the miscellaneous ones. Not really sure where. Crafting, maybe? It's always so hard to find them. I'm not going to waste time doing that.
Shag is getting a well-placed kick, if you get my meaning.
We'll just transfer all the crap that we have and try to locate Preston the old-fashioned way.
Speak up.
They didn't tell me much. All check. Just to make sure everything.
Gotta love running all over Sanctuary. I mean, it'd be great otherwise, and of course we have our artillery there. Sturgis was down there. Not seeing Preston though. Alright, well let's try and figure out where that bell is. Miscellaneous, not in structures. I think it actually might be in the resources menu. There we go. There's the bell. So what's the point of the bell? Well, this is the point of the bell.
Yeah.
You ring it,
Hey,
and everybody comes over here.
Time to do business?
While we're waiting on that a little bit, let's check out her inventory and just see if we can pick up any more rounds that could be useful to us. Well, shotgun shells for sure. Plasma cartridges wouldn't hurt. I don't think we need any more fusion cells, but we're going to do it anyway. There we go. So what the bell does is it summons everybody from all over the settlement to here, which means Preston should be coming up here pretty quick. And we did level up.
Huh?
And there's Preston.
Hope this rain lets up soon. General, I think it's time to deal with the Brotherhood.
I agree. But let's use the artillery.
What about using our artillery to attack their airship?
Great minds must think alike. I've been talking to Sturgis about exactly that. The trick is, we need to target it from multiple directions to overwhelm their defenses. Sturgis figures that we already have enough artillery to do the job. So we're ready to strike whenever you give the word. The radio operator at the castle is standing by to transmit the order to fire on the Pridwin.
Awesome. So we are fully set to do that. And just a little bit of a side note. We're going to go to our Gatling laser. And see if we can do a little bit better with it. We need more fiber optics, which sucks. Standard sights to reflex sights, that's fine. And a beam focuser. So that'll be okay for now. We just want to keep it on hand because, well, we're going to be fighting the Brotherhood, and we may end up needing some heavy weapons. But before we go down to the castle again, because we're jumping all over the place, we're pretty set on everything else. We don't need that last rank there. Let's grab a rank in heavy weapons. So just when we use it, it's not complete garbage. And let's make sure that it is set up as one of our favorite weapons, so I don't have to come back into the menu to find it. Of course, I hit the wrong button, which, let's face it, is not unusual for me. So let's drop it in at number 8. There we go. Beautiful. And we got our cryolator. We are set up to go deal with the Brotherhood. So let's go down to the castle, and let's launch the artillery strike. After this, we'll be grabbing that next rank of Scrapper.
Sometimes I feel like people look at me for way too
Hey.
long.
General, all the settlements are reporting in. We're ready to fire at the Brotherhood airship on your order.
Let's do it.
All the artillery is locked in on the Pridwin?
Yes, sir. We've transmitted the coordinates. All batteries are reporting code red, meaning they're ready to fire on our signal.
Let's do it.
Give the signal to open fire.
Yes, sir.
You think we can really take out the Brotherhood's airship with this artillery?
This is the castle. We have authorization for Deliberate Phoenix, code blue. Repeat, Deliberate Phoenix, code blue. On my signal. All batteries, report status. Battery 1 reporting in.
Ooh, this is gonna be good.
Battery 2, roger that. Batteries 3 and 4, status blue. I copy. Battery 5, reporting in.
This should be great when it finally comes to the explosion part. I've been waiting forever for this.
All batteries, prepare to fire on my mark. 5.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Fire for effect. Repeat, fire for effect.
And there goes the Pridwin.
Never seen a prettier sight. Look at that thing burn.
They had it covered. Should have never tried to lord it over the Commonwealth. That never ends.
Confirm, the Pridwin is down. The Brotherhood threat to the Commonwealth is over.
Hold on. Let's see if they have any fight left.
And here they come.
Done with all that.
Here they come!
Brotherhood Virtabirds incoming. Take cover and get ready for the fight of your lives. Time to finish the job on these sons of biscuit eaters.
Alert! Alert! Brotherhood Virtabirds converging on the castle.
There's a Virtabird down. There's a legendary Brotherhood Knight Captain out there too. There is just so much going off right now. We gotta get behind our missile turrets.
Hope you're finding the broadcast useful.
Whew. This is kicked off in a big way so far. It's a lot of wreckage. I did see a legendary Knight Captain. We do not want to be out here right now. Our own defenses would frag us.
Make every shot count. I knew it.
Don't worry. Not as bad as it looks.
That's the way to win a war.
I wonder if we can get any more Minutemen reinforcements out here without having to try. Nope, there are no Minutemen able to respond to that.
One that ends without an empty stomach.
They are just dropping knights in on us too. Holy crap. And I think it's only going to get wilder before it gets better.
Did you see that? There you are.
Lock another fusion cell in there. Still hearing shots going out. Well, we know this legendary one didn't make it in. Not seeing any cool gear on him. I guess it's just to give us some tougher baddies to fight.
Shot count.
It's probably not the healthiest side for that Brotherhood Vertibird to come in on. Pretty sure I saw a knight drop down on top of the wall there too. Oh, this is turning into quite the show. It's a knight in power armor down there.
They won't be back anytime soon. It was a tough fight, but I knew the Minutemen were up to the challenge.
Can't even see the knight that I'm shooting at, but there we go. So we gotta speak to Ronnie Shaw, apparently.
Hey, Ronnie.
This morning, the Brotherhood was sitting pretty with their airship and all their fancy Virtabirds. Now, that's all been blown to heck. I've got it from here, General. I don't think anyone's going to be testing our metal again anytime soon.
Wow, okay. Preston?
Excuse me. We actually did it.
All right.
We took down the
That
prison.
was a
Have to
tough
admit,
fight.
I didn't really think it would work.
Proud of how that
Well, the Minutemen are strong, but the Brotherhood aren't defeated either.
You took out the Pridwin. But what about the rest of the Brotherhood that wasn't on the airship?
The Pridwin was their nerve center and supply base. Without it, whatever's left on the ground won't pose much of a threat for long. Still, I can hardly believe we defeated the Brotherhood. All their technology and military hardware couldn't defeat the people of the Commonwealth standing together. It's a good lesson to remember. I'll let you know if I hear of any settlements that need our help. In the meantime, make sure to offer help to any...
In a surprise attack. The Brotherhood
There are so many
all
new
their
things to mess around with.
into the castle, but I am very happy to report that they have been decisively defeated. The Brotherhood of Steel could have used their power to help the people of the Commonwealth, but instead they chose the path of
That type of noise from your pip-boy cannon.
Wow, so that was a lot of shooting and a lot of fighting.
We've seen now just how strong we can be when we stand together. Strong enough to defeat the Brotherhood.
And while we're here, we're just going to transfer any junk that we have, as well as
First time in centuries. Let's make them
our Gatling laser over to the storage facilities, because we're not going to need it. Now the real question is, what's left of the Brotherhood down there? I think that it'd be worthwhile to go and check it out a little bit. But now, anytime a Virtabird's in the sky, you do have to be careful. There should be a way for us to actually get Minutemen Virtabirds now, which is the side effect. I don't know if we have to talk to Ronnie Shaw or what, but there's supposedly a way to do it. And I have no idea where Ronnie disappeared to. She's here somewhere. We lost a couple of Minutemen in the attack.
Things to mess around with down
But for the most part,
Another day of hard work.
we came out on top. I mean, there's a fair few pieces of Brotherhood tech now sitting out in the water. I don't know if we're even going to be able to see anything down there. Vertibirds are crashed down. I'm not seeing too much to deal with their stuff. Supposedly we can get signal grenades now, though. But the Brotherhood is dealt with, so that's the goal for here. Now, I don't think we're going to walk all the way back around. Let's go check out the Boston airport. Oh, yeah, it's a mess. And apparently hurting us. Can't really see anything. That is one fantastic end to the Pridwin. Let's see if we can get away from it a bit to actually see what's going on here, but I don't think this is going to clear up very much. I mean, that's what we ended up doing to the Brotherhood. And that's going to be a good place to call it for this time, guys. So, if you liked the video, please consider hitting that like button. If you'd like to join up with the 232 and be part of our community, just hit that subscribe button and make sure you turn your notifications on so you don't miss when a new video goes out. And remember guys, life is a game, so play to win. And until next time, take care.